We are 1 week post-draft. I want to highlight my draft day winners. 3 teams, Raiders, Giants, Browns. They're looking like a real brand organization for the first time in a long time. First of all, the Raiders had the number 1 pick, so I mean that was an easy call, Mendoza. However, they came back and they drafted Traydon Stukes. This is the guy that they really need in their secondary. First of all, he's very versatile piece, could play safety, slot corner. This is the guy that hasn't allowed a touchdown since 2023. 34.4 passer rating against. Very versatile piece. They come back and they get Jermod McCoy. This is a guy who's a top 10 talent if the medical's checked out. Towards ACL in 2025. Uh, Came back at the combine, blazed it, 4.37. And, I guess he had some type of red flag in his knee. I forgot what they call a bone plug. I'm not familiar with that, but a bone plug, I guess that was called a slip. They get him in the 4th round. If this guy can give them 5 years before maybe this degenerative knee thing happens, you've got maybe one of the better young corners in the league. So that's an excellent pickup for them. They come back later in the draft. I believe that's the 4th round. Let me see. Their other pick in the 4th round, Mike Washington, another guy, tremendous combine. I love the pairing of him with last year's 1st round pick, Ashton Jonty, an offensive line that should be improved, better to run behind, adding Tyler Limbaugh. But you get a guy that gives you that speed element. Ashton Jonty, good running back, not the fleetest of feet, but I love this 1-2 tandem they're getting. Mike Washington has a lot of upside if you use him correctly. Wouldn't say he was a blue chip running back prospect, but I just love the fit with the Raiders, though. You're getting a dynamic guy who in the open field can cause a lot of problems. The Giants, another team. I've loved their entire offseason from their coaching hire to their free agent signings to their draft. First pick, Arvell Reese. Now they do have a lot of edge rushers, but the name of the game here is versatility. This is a guy can line up at outside linebacker, can line up at edge rusher, even lined up in the secondary, 6% of his snaps last year. You're going to have a lot of versatility. You can't get enough playmakers and enough athletes on defense. So I love this pick. Even if this guy doesn't end up starting right away, they're going to be able to use him a lot. They come back and get Francis Magoa, the big guard from Miami. Very good pick. Very good pick because you solidify that line for your young backfield of Jackson Dart, quarterback, and Cam Scottaboo. Love that pick solidifying the line. Games are won in the trenches. In the 2nd round, this is a steal. Colton Hood. This is the guy I thought was going to go in the 1st round. In fact, our Bears were rumored to, or not rumored, they did try to trade up for Colton Hood. This is a corner that can start day 1 for a team that it's definitely needed help at that corner position. They get a guy that could come and make an impact right away. 4th round, this is another guy I feel slip. Malachi Fields. 40 wasn't very well, ran a 4.61, but this is a big body receiver. I love this because I liked him at the Senior Bowl. I like what he did at practice. I like what he did at the game. He gives them a little versatility at that wide receiver position. You got Malik Neighbors, you got Darius Slayton, you got Darnell Mooney. These are guys that are vertical threats. Malachi gives them that possession guy. He gives them that red zone target. A 6'4" guy, 220, plays physical. I absolutely love the fit. It's not just the player. It's the fit for the Giants. Now, another team, another bad team traditionally, the Browns. Again, upgraded the offensive line in the offseason. They continue that in the draft, getting Spencer Fano, a guy that should start right away. Then you draft 2 receivers, Casey Concepcion, a speed threat. You get Denzel Boston in the 2nd round, a guy that a lot of people thought would end up in the 1st round. You immediately upgrade that receiver room. You add that to Jerry Jeudy. No matter what you think about Jerry Jeudy, he's been a very productive receiver in the NFL. He had a case of the drops last year, but this is a guy that was top 5 in receiving yards a couple of years ago with 1,200 yards with a legit Pro Bowl season. Love that pick. Another steal, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Getting him at the end of the 2nd round, a guy that in the mock drafts, everybody had going top 25. Physical guy, can play in the box, gets downhill fast. Maybe not the best in coverage, but Cleveland has great guys in the secondary. You had another guy, you had an enforcer back there. I love it. Then another pick they added, Taylor Green. I watched him in Arkansas last year. Raw prospect, but if you don't have a franchise quarterback, that's a great pick. This is a guy that can sit maybe a couple years and maybe get a chance. I don't know. His future might not even be a quarterback, but ran a 4.37, 6'6". Not the biggest fan of his arm, but at the sixth round, that is a very good selection. And I want to talk a little bit more about the Browns and their quarterback situation. Cleveland Browns voluntary mini camp. The big news is Deshaun Watson is taking first team reps thus far and has the edge in the quarterback competition between him and y'all favorite nephew, Shadeur Sanders. Told y'all last year pre-draft was not first round pick material. Told y'all during training camp was not starting quarterback material. When the season started, I told y'all would not perform well if he was thrust into the starting role. Y'all favorite nephew had one of the worst QBRs I think ever recorded or recorded in the last 10 years. Shadeur Sanders is running out of excuses. Brown's receiver room has been upgraded. They took two talented receivers, one in the first round, another guy that could have went in the first round, went in the second round. The offensive line was upgraded in the offseason through free agent signings and the draft. Kevin Stefanski, who you all said was holding Shadeur back, he's gone. Whole new coaching staff in there. Whole new offensive line. Whole new wide receiver room. Whole new receiver room. They bring back Winshawn Junkins, who looked like the best rookie running back last year. Carrying offense. You bring back Harold Fannin, one of the best young tight ends in the game. Versatile. Runs routes like a receiver. With the ball in his hands, moves like a running back. The excuses are over for Shadeur Sanders. This is year number 2, people. Time to put up a shut up for Shadeur. If he's going to prove me wrong, it has to be this year. You got to beat out Deshaun Watson. This man hasn't been the same quarterback since the massage days, since the Texan days, since around 2021, 2022. If Shadeur can't emerge from this training camp battle with a fresh set of eyes, fresh coaching staff, improved weapons, if he can't beat out Watson, he is exactly what I said he is.